What's good, YouTube? SlimTV here, back for another Riding with Slim. And today I wanted to talk about, your courage needs to outweigh your fear. That is one thing I believe that everybody should strive to do. Everybody should strive to have their courage outweigh their fear. Because, let's be real, it's delusional to think that you're never going to be afraid of something. But if you build up your courage and your confidence in yourself, no matter what type of fear comes your way, you're going to be able to face it because you have courage. And honestly, another thing people fail to realize is that, fear is usually fear is kind of like an onion, because there's layers to it. It's never just one thing that you're afraid of. It's like I said, there's layers. So for example, if you're afraid of approaching women, that means that you're afraid of rejection. And you're afraid of rejection because you're afraid of not being accepted, whether it be by society or maybe even by your parents. It's something that was rooted from a while ago or from your past that made you become fearful of that. That's why I say fear is like an onion, because there's so many layers to it. And you really have to get to the root of that fear in order to really conquer it. And that takes time. And that takes a lot of self-reflection and self-awareness to actually do that. But the easier way to do it is simply by facing that fear head on, right? So let's say you're afraid of the dark, right? And sure, yeah, we could go back into the layers of why you're afraid of the dark, and we find out that the reason that you're afraid of the dark is because you don't like not seeing what's around you. You want to make sure that you can see everything around you. Maybe because when you were a child, you went into the dark and you stubbed your toe. And then from then on, it was just like, man, this is scary. I don't like the dark, right? So to conquer that fear, maybe you turn on the lights for like 2 seconds and then you turn them off real quick and then you go into a dark room, right? There's nothing wrong with having tools to aid you against that fear. See, too many people, like a lot of the times like this, like self-improvement space, a lot of people don't really elaborate on how to fix these problems. It's so vague. It's like, okay, if you want to face your fear, you just have to go out there and face it, man. You just have to tough it out, man. You're a man, blah blah blah. Nah, man. Sometimes people need that extra push. Sometimes people need to have a better explanation than just you're a man, face your fear. Sometimes you need a step-by-step guide or a plan in order to do that. To build courage, you have to see that what you're afraid of isn't really even that scary in the first place, and you'll still have a little bit of that fear in your heart, but once you see it's not that bad, you'll have the courage to say, you know what, bump this. I'm gonna do this for me because I value who I am as a person. I value myself, and I'll be damned if I let this hold me back. Wow, but this thing just keeps adjusting. I'm gonna have to tighten it or something. Man, this person is driving so slow. Should have been turned off, dude. Oh, we're cruising and stuff. We're not here to cruise, we're here to drive. Yeah, man, you need to have that courage so that you can face anything in your life, man. That's really what it boils down to. No one wants to live their whole life in fear, man. And the people who do, they always regret it. They always talk about, man, I was just too afraid to do this, and I was too afraid to do that, man. You don't want to be that guy. That's why you want to make sure that your courage outweighs your fear. And you need to build that by like I said, addressing the root cause of your fear, getting down to the layer of that fear, of why you're really afraid of it. And then then face your fear. Because after you understand something, you realize that like it's not even that bad. Not because now that I understand it, it's like, it's nothing, man. It's nothing. But yeah, I just wanted to empower you guys to have that thought today and to really just think about it, man. What is holding you back from building your courage? I'll just say this as well. I'm probably gonna do a reaction to it, but Cat Williams in that interview, man, it takes real courage to come and say and tell the truth. I want you, if you guys are interested in that, go watch that interview he did with Shannon Sharp recently at the beginning of the year. And it's just like, man, not a lot of people are too afraid to come forward and speak the truth. Like, some of the things that he said, a lot of people in that Hollywood space know all that crap. They know it all, but they're just too afraid to say it because they're afraid of how they'll be viewed or how their status will be instantly taken away from them. Now, bump that. If you know that you're a truthful man and you know that you've been doing things the right way, why not come out and tell everybody what's really going on around here? Because it's not like we don't know anyway. Let's be real, we all knew about some of that Hollywood stuff. We knew about it. But yeah, man, that's really all I have for today, man. Have your courage outweigh your fear, and build a steel soul. You know, that's what thing I strive to do. You know, make sure that I have my soul is steel. You know, so that anything that comes my way, it's not no problem for me because I know what I'm made of. You know, and that's another thing, man. When you have courage, you'll really see what type of person you are. You know, what are you truly made of? But yeah, with all that being said, man, like, subscribe, share, comment. Love you guys.